Okay, it might seem as though that finally we now have a video about Onyeka. Yeah, I mean, for the past 48 hours since the DRC Musketeers, were returned back to Big Brother's mansion, Onyeka had been very irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. Nobody has really remembered her. All of that drama with Ozzy, which she sort of started, I think, from Sunday after the live eviction show. Everything was just brutally swept under the carpet as Ozzy had automatically shifted his attention to Victoria. We know that one is also a player, yeah. So, because he is equally up for eviction this week, he had to up his game, yeah. And so, Onyeka has been kind of on the low, although struggling, like literally fighting for her life to be a part of the highlight that the DRC team has been, creating in the house. From time to time, we see her trying to insert herself in conversations, in situations where she's not even mentioned. And it's just been giving desperation all through and through. And I remember telling you all on my previous videos this past 2 days that don't worry, we're gonna keep pushing forward Onyeka's gist until we have something concrete to, report and analyze on. And so finally, this is that video, ladies and gentlemen. This is that video. Let's get right into it, all right? Let's get right into it. But hey, before we get into the juicy tea, hi, you're especially welcome to my channel. My name is Gloria Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah, and I am the girl with the tea. Just a quick reminder for all of you, today is Saturday, so by 3 p.m. WAT, we're going to be converging here for our Saturday YouTube live stream. So please make it a date with us. Do not miss out. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. There's a lot to unpack. All right, now quickly, let's proceed into the details of this analysis. All right, let's take it from the top. Let's take it from Thursday noon when Dami, Chinwe, and Ruti were returned back to the house in the guise of ninjas that came to, squeeze whipped cream or spray whipped cream on the housemates as Big Brother's punishment. Now, we saw that initial excitement from the housemates. We saw that frenzy. We saw the shock. We saw the shock. We saw how the housemates were destabilized. A lot of them almost gagged, yes, i.e. the likes of Wani, who never thought that her worst enemy this season was going to be sent back into the house to torment her. Also Dami, yeah, because Dami also has, a bit of grievance against Wani and the sister, because they also voted them out in that very first week, yeah. So we saw the excitement, we saw the mood, the atmosphere was quite tense because the housemates did not really understand why Big Brother had decided to return these very confrontational housemates. Of all the housemates that have been evicted, why did Big Brother return the 3 most confrontational housemates of the season? And so there's been speculations all around the house up until yesterday. Now, everybody was catching their stray bullets. Dami had gone for Tofa, that ended up affecting his relationship with Anita. Wani was shaking, badly shaking. But there was also Chinwe and Ruti who were hyping up Victoria and Kassia. Now, for Victoria and Cassia, they were hyping them up for their talent, the fact that they're able to create all of those amazing designs for the different weeks' wager. So they were hyping them up. Now, they were also hyping up Cassia for how committed she and Kelly have been in hiding their secret. Now, they were doing it in a coded manner, and only Cassia could understand, So they were hyping up Cassia. Cassia, we see you, we see what you are doing, well done. You are standing your ground, well done. Now, I don't know if it's the language they used to hype Kassia, or if it was guilt. Because we know that Onyeka has been suffering from guilt for the longest time. You know, every time she hears somebody saying something good about Kassia, or maybe not reacting to any of Kassia's jokes, she gets really jumpy. She gets really offended. She gets very angry about it. And then she begins to go on a smear campaign against Kassia and then ends up dragging Victoria's name into it. So that was the same thing that happened at that initial moment the three ladies got back into the house. She heard them. She saw them hyping up Kassia and Victoria. And automatically, she translated that to mean that they were hyping up Kassia and Victoria for standing up against her or for gossiping about her non-stop. And then the next thing we had seen was she had gone upstairs with Wani. She had helped Wani. That was, I think, as of that Thursday, Wani still had a bad hip, yeah, but Wani has all of a sudden amplified it and made it look like, oh my God, the pain is so excruciating. I cannot even walk. And Onyeka had assisted her upstairs. Now, it was whilst they were upstairs that Onyeka started ranting. Guys, she was vexing so much to the point that it was very obvious that she was spoiling for a fight. Like, she's ready, da, da, da. But then I had to pay attention to the things that she was saying. And that was where I realized that this girl is really suffering from main character energy, for real. She actually thought that these people came into the house for her, you know, as the queen bee of the manor, the main character of the pack. So she was now saying that that you see the way God works, that yes, she was thinking that she was doing something wrong, that now she knows that those girls they're the ones doing something wrong. That did you hear what Ruti said? Did you hear what Chinwe said? Imagine them, they were hyping Kassia and Victoria. They were telling them well done for standing their ground. Hey, look at them. Da, 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 da. Like, she just completely flipped the whole thing. It was so, guys, it was ridiculously hilarious. Because I'm like, from where to where? But on the flip side, you know, just to play devil's advocate for her, I could not really blame her, you know, because, I mean, yeah, just to give her that excuse that, okay, fine. It's kind of expected that because you're having issues with these people, you would automatically think that they're actually coming after you. But then it was in that same conversation that Wani started hurling insults at Ruti, not in front of Ruti, but in the dressing room. That you effing bitch, you're back in the house, and so what? You're very stupid. I cannot be talking to an evictee. I cannot be talking to somebody that has a picture frame on the wall. Da, 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 da. And then she was saying a lot of things, and then she was now acting like there was an imaginary Sean and Handy, you know, on opposite sides of her head, telling her to calm down. And she was like, smooth Sean, I'm going to calm down. Handy, I'm going to calm down. You know, she was just being all dramatic. I'm like, yeah, don't worry. The true Handy will come out very soon. All this one is just a facade. And ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't wrong. Because there's going to be another video. I did a video already yesterday where I shared, you know, details of what was actually happening between Wani and Ruti in the house. But there's going to be a follow-up video as to the current situation. But anyways, we move back to Onyeka. So after Onyeka ranted and ranted and ranted in the dressing room, she had been on her toes, fishing for drama. Like, our antennas were wide alert, fishing for anything, any word, anything at all that she would perceive to latch onto to create some highlight for herself, you know, to create some content. But sadly, no attention was given to her. Yeah. So they were working on their wager presentation. They were rehearsing and rehearsing and rehearsing. And then that fight between Chinwe and Nelly happened. And you could tell that Onyeka was kind of looking for a way to insert herself, but there was no room for it. Because Ruti had inserted herself because she wanted Nelly to face her. But then Nelly could not face Ruti. So Onyeka has been looking, like, guys, you can see, you can tell when and how Onyeka has been scouting for an opportunity to have her moment. But since Thursday, it did not present itself. Now, it finally happened last night. Now, not against Dami or Chinwe or Ruti, no. As a matter of fact, Onyeka has seen that it's going to be 3 against 1. because Ozzy is not going to stand up for her. OC is not going to stand up for her. So she's been avoiding having a confrontation with these people. So behind their back, she will gossip. She'll say all manner of vile things. But in front of them, she would pose as a neutral body. You know, oh, I'm your friend, or I don't have issues with you guys, or that is how she's been playing the card. So last night, she had provoked Victoria over alcohol. Yes. After their wager task, which they had won, thankfully, because I would have felt really bad for Kedere and all the effort he had put into making this week work. Yeah. Biggie had, as usual, given them alcohol. So there were 2 bottles. Okay, there was 1 bottle of vodka. And then the other drinks that they would normally give to them from their partnering brand. Yes. So Onyeka was the one. She took it upon herself to share the spirits. And we know that Onyeka drinks a lot. Onyeka and Nelly, permit me to say that they are like the alcoholics in the house. Nelly's one is actually, in fact, between Onyeka and Nelly, I don't know which one is worse, but they are like the 2 certified alcoholics in the house. The Mbadiwe twins, they steal alcohol a lot, but they do not drink it as much as Onyeka and Nelly drinks alcohol. Sometimes they reserve it in their lockers, you know, so from time to time, even in the afternoon, you see them cleaning their mouth, as they would say in Nigeria, with alcohol. So Onyeka took it upon herself to share it. And she usually carries like a plastic container, like a tiny water container where she pours it and then she mixes it with so many other things. You know, she just puts a lot of things inside. So she was the one sharing it. And for some weird reason, it wasn't enough for everybody. So there was remaining like a little quantity, and then she wanted to go and pour for Victoria. And she was like, and now there are other people that need to take now. So she was grumbling about it. And that kind of irritated Victoria. Because Victoria was like, over alcohol, what did you even give me? Look at what you gave me, just very little, very tiny. So what is it? So Victoria got upset, and then, you know, she left the bottle. Now, Onyeka made it look like Victoria was a glutton trying to consume the most of the alcohol. But then when Victoria got upset and left it, you know, she was like, Victoria should carry all the bottle, and then she left. So Victoria too was quite offended, like, what is this? So she too left the bottle and moved on, you know, with her life. So Onyeka all of a sudden went upstairs and was venting, ranting, complaining to Wani, who is now like her bestie in the house, to rant and vent about every and anybody. And Wani seized that opportunity to, you know, divert the whole conversation to herself and Ruti. And so once again, for the millionth time yesterday, Wani entered another zone of insulting Ruti, of, you know, elevating herself and serenading herself. And guys, it just went on and on and on. And in a way, I kind of felt like, okay, fine. Even though Onyeka has got her excesses, Wani, you're kind of selfish. Because every time someone is trying to vent about their own situation to you, you will make it seem irrelevant. You shut them down stylishly, and then you will now begin to vent about your own problems. Is that the right timing? Absolutely not. They continued dragging the matter with Onyeka, as usual, painting herself as the victim of that whole situation. You know, talking about how, oh, she's always vindicated, or look, oh, she had no ill intentions towards Victoria, or but see, that's how they always want to spoil her name. They always want to give her a bad reputation. No, she just went on and on and on. I'm like, well, nothing new to see here, right? I mean, it's typical Onyeka. But now, the one that was quite unsettling was later on, when Kassia was moving around the house and calling on housemates to please learn Kelere's song, because his birthday is tomorrow on Sunday. So she had actually placed a request to Big Brother for Big Brother to help her play his song. Kelly also had made that request a long time ago. I mean, this season, a lot of housemates are making requests to Big Brother, and Big Brother is not indulging them. You know, so she had gone to beg again, but because she's not really certain if Big Brother is going to keep to his words of giving considerations to their request, she had decided, okay, fine, they could do it manually. And so she had gone around the house calling on housemates and begging them to please join her in learning Kelere's song, so that on his birthday, they will give him a surprise by singing the song instead of the usual happy birthday song. And all of them had obliged her. So she had divided the house into batches. She had done it with the DRC crew and some other people with Victoria as well. And then she had gone downstairs to meet OZ, OC, and other people, Wani. Now, Onyeka was on that table. And ladies and gentlemen, the look on her face. Nah. You know what they say, vile? That is the actual physical representation of a vile look. The way she was looking at Kassia, I'm like, girl, it's not that deep now. Is this out of jealousy? Is this out of, what is it? What is your deal, Onyeka? What's your problem? Why are you vexed? Are you vexed? Like, why are you bothered? Why are you so pressed? The look on her face. Ladies and gentlemen, that wasn't so cute. Wasn't so demure. That look did not look like it was coming from a place of, oh, I am innocent, or no. It did not look like it was coming from a pure mind, as she always claims to have. Because she's always claiming, my mind is pure. I have nothing on my mind, though. God sees my heart, though. Da, 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 da. I said, Onyeka, that look does not look like it was coming from a place of purity or whatever. But despite that look, Kassia proceeded to teach that song to those housemates. Oh, that's it for Onyeka. And you see, another thing I forgot to mention on this video, which I'm going to mention right now anyways, is the fact that prior to Dami, Ruti, and Chinwe returning back to the house, Onyeka had the intentions to sabotage Bbnaija. Kelly had been talking to her, I think on Tuesday morning, you know, begging her to write the script, and she was just, you know, acting all puffed up and, I cannot do it, or somebody else should do it, or, you know, and then after a lot of begging, she had eventually done it, you know, but then she was really acting like she didn't want to give too much energy to it. But the moment the girls were returned back to the house, Onyeka automatically decided to, you know, impose our authority, because she kept on saying in most of her rantings to Wani that that it doesn't matter, those ones they are not really relevant, they're evicted housemates, that she's here to sell herself, she's here to sell her talent, she's going to show them that she's a very, very good director, producer. And so she took the task serious, like very serious, because also she wanted to show our authority. She wanted to prove to the girls that, well, whilst you were away, things changed. I have, you know, become more important in the house. You know, the wage representation rests on my shoulders, you know, so I am the one carrying the whole thing. Yes. So guys, you could see all of those things, you know, the shift in power, the shift in attention, the dynamics in relationships and all whatnot happening this past 2 days. And it's been quite interesting to see. But anyways, these are my observations of the event with regards to Onyeka this past 2 days, all right? But I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. So please go ahead and share. And I will see you guys on another video shortly. There's another video coming up, so watch out for that video, all right? And yeah, I'm going to stop talking here right now. Thanks for watching and bye.